My name is Talia Hernandez. I use she and her pronouns, and I'm the program director at Equality Virginia. I actually started at Equality Virginia about a year after I realized that I was trans, and it was just a great opportunity to come into a place where I could bring my full and authentic self. And it's really allowed me to flourish, I think, and blossom in this space where I have colleagues that care for me, I have a community that I get to work with that reflects me. You know, my work has an impact on the community. Equality Virginia has been really invested in the trans community and specifically in empowering the community. And so we do that through our Transgender Information and Empowerment Summit, which we call TIES. I'm so passionate about TIES because there's nothing else like it, truly. It's one of the only statewide trans conferences, and of course that's part of TIES too, is this visibility aspect that people can come and see themselves and be in community with trans people and non-binary people and our allies, sometimes for the first time in their life. But we see at TIES this opportunity to really bring the community together and to bring affirming providers, affirming lawyers together to really make people's lives better and show them what's possible and empower them to actually take control of their lives and move forward as empowered trans advocates in our community. TIES is really all about community. We were definitely really worried about that in 2020 with the pandemic and everything closing down, and we weren't sure how we're gonna put this on, this huge day-long conference that we usually have in person. And so what we ended up doing is we found a way to go digital, and it worked beyond our wildest dreams.
So welcome to the 2020 Transgender Information and Empowerment Summit, better known as TIES.
We actually had more people join than ever before. So we had almost 700 people. We even had folks all the way from London joining us virtually, which again is just part of the amazing way that going digital was one of the most accessible things that we've ever done. And we're gonna go digital or some form as well in 2021. And
I wasn't exactly sure how Equality Virginia would pull off TIES in 2020, yet I was really, really impressed with how well they did. I was happy to see the list of presentations, which I know personally were very extensive because I also translated the program into Spanish, and that's another thing that I'm really happy to see Equality Virginia engaging in.
One thing that I'm really excited about was that we were able to spread the conference out over 4 different days, which we'd never done before. It's usually just one day long in person, you come, you go. But with this opportunity of going digital, we were able to spread it out a little bit more. So we actually were able to go on Zoom for a lot of our workshops. And then really crucially, we also had a conference app called Huva that allowed us to really network and connect and have different threads and different conversations all online through this one app. People could also direct message each other and just create little groups and send photos. It was a really incredible opportunity to really deepen the connection in a year when a lot of people are feeling a sense of isolation and a lack of community. We also had an opportunity to have 4 keynotes over the course of the 4 days of the conference. It was just life-changing, like to hear these speakers. We had Miss Major Griffin Gracie, who's a Black trans revolutionary leader who was at Stonewall, has been continuing to advocate for our community day in and day out for the past decades. We also had Dominique Morgan from Black and Pink, who is an incredible speaker, trans revolutionary, and abolitionist.
Although we could not gather in person this past year for TIES, I feel incredibly fortunate to have still had a space to fellowship and network with members of the community. Hearing from Miss Major Griffin Gracie was the highlight for me. Her keynote discussion, From Stonewall to a Black Trans Future, was truly inspirational.
But what we clearly saw is that in 2020 and just in general, trans people want to find each other. Allies want to support our community. And so when we offer these accessible means, people are able to show up in greater numbers. 700 people, that's pretty amazing.